Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. You're looking at the top. It's this one. It's a kind of little sort of pagoda top box. I'm not really sure. I think it's quite cute. It's got a little magnet closure on there. How cute is that? Snap shut, stay shut, but it opens up and you can open up and put all your goodies and bits in there. And I think it's rather lovely, and I love the Tutti Frutti sweet. It's just divine. I used strawberries on this one with the matching punches. I could use fruit slices this time. So what you need is a piece of cardstock that measures... Oh, that's where my cutting plate went. I've just got my trimmer out the drawer and found my cutting plate. It needs to measure 8 by 11 inches. Oh, I always try and set my measurements that way because in the USA I know you work with cardstock that is 8.5 by 11. But the rest of the world, we work in International A4, which is longer but narrower. So I kind of work on the theory that if I start with 8 by 11, everybody can make it. Okay, 8 by 11 inches, 20 by 28 centimetres. And on the long side, score it at 2 5/8, 5 1/4, 7 7/8, and 10.5 inches. And in metric, that's 6.5, 13, 19.5 and 26. Don't worry about writing everything down. It's all on my blog. Click open the description bar. There is a link directly to this project. So you'll be able to watch the video and have the measurements underneath. And on the short side, score it at 2 1/4, 6 1/4 and 7.5. Which in metric is 6, 16 and 18. Actually, I should have put that final one. I should have scored on the other side. Forgot that bit. Sorry. Okay. Lovely lemon lime twist. It's taken me a while to get to like this colour. I think it kind of depends on the paper that it's paired with. And it goes very well with black and a single colour, but you have to be careful about which single colour. I find that this is a particularly good example of how well it works with other colours. I don't think it works particularly well with dark colours, but that might just be me. Okay. So that's the top, this is the bottom. So we're going to start on the bottom and cut away that skinny section. And the box, when completed, this is 2 5/8 of an inch, and that is, I'm going to say it's 4 inches tall by 2 5/8, which in metric is 6.5 centimetres by 10. There you go. So those are the bits that I've separated. And on here, because of the way it's going to close, I need to actually get rid of some parts. So we've got a skinny part there and the one next to it. What we need to do, I nearly cut away too much then. We need to cut that part away and chop that bit off so it becomes a bit shorter. And we'll do the same here on this one. I'm just wedging very, very slightly. And trim this one off so it's every other. A little bit poking through there. So that's the top, this is the bottom. So the bottom is all loose and the top has got this every other one thing going on. And it will close up like that. Now I want to put some DSP on here. And oh, I did get two. Whoops! I've just rattled the tripod. I did get 2 sheets of the same. Very pretty. And it needs to be 3 3/4 inches long by 2 3/8, which in metric is 6 by 9.5 centimetres. So I know that I can get one there. What did I say? 2 3/8. And one from there. Unfortunately, this is not quite wide enough, so you do have to come in with another sheet. So 3 3/4, by 2 3/8, and I need 4 of them. And you do have some nice bits left over if you cut it the right way. If you cut your longer bit first, you do get big pieces left over. We like the big pieces. Okay, so let's get this lot glued up. I do like fast fuse. I know some people struggle with it. Quick and get it done. I think with fast fuse. Quick flick and a tick. That made sense in my head. Quick flick and a tick. Okay, so these panels are just sitting in here nicely. Got this nice little equal border all the way around. And now I'll glue up the box. So a panel down there, or a panel of adhesive down there, and that one. So we know that is the back, but it's actually this that's the back. This is the part you want to make the back. And it doesn't meet up perfectly, that's okay. I was getting extra length here, that's what I was going for. I wanted the taller box. And those will fold in, and this will come together. Now, these are all my little scrappy bits left over. If you work with 8.5 by 11, you might not have that. But if you do, you will. Oops. If not, you can just about get a half circle out of there. And what you need is a 1/2 inch circle. Actually, you could do with one being slightly smaller. You need one of those, and you need some neodymium magnets. And these are very, very strong. Either put them a long way away from one another or very close to one another, because they snap together and shatter. So I've got mine quite a way away from one another. And I need my mini glue dots and a paper piercer. And the first thing I'm going to do, grab a mini glue dot onto the back of one of my magnets and put it onto my box, and I'm going to press really firmly because I want that well stuck. Another mini glue dot onto there, over the top of that magnet, and again, you can hear it in my voice, I'm pushing so firmly. Okay, next time round, magnet on, and the reason I put the circle of cardstock is because they are so blooming strong that you would have a nightmare separating them, and putting the cardstock takes some of the strength out of them. And what I've done is I've transferred that to there, and the reason I put that magnet on was so that you get your poles the right way round. So I'm pushing really firmly, and then for the final time, a cardstock circle over the top, and they will snap together, no problem, but you can easily separate them. And like I said, if you didn't, there's no chance you'd ever separate. Okay, right, that's the front. Now, my stamping, you know what I'm like with my Whisper White stamping. When I'm making a box like this, I tend not to measure until I know what I'm going to stamp on it. I like this You Are the Sweetest. It works very well. Happy birthday to you, friend. We make a great pet. Well, I haven't got pears on this one. That probably would work, but I do like it. You can see how much I like it. So I'm going to stick with it. Stick with what I know. Or what I like, I should say. And basic black works very well with this. Even though we've got lemon lime going on over there. And I kind of think that's not a bad size. So I've got it stamped roughly where I want it to go, so I'm going to trim it down now. I want to get a border around it so that I've got space to put stamping on. So if I make that about 1.5 inches, which is about 4 centimetres in that direction, that's pretty good. And if I make that in that direction about, yeah, about 2.5 by 6.5, 2.5 inches, about 6.5 centimetres, that's going to give me a good stamping room. It's not too big for my box, maybe a little bit, maybe I'll take it down a smidge. So I'll take a little off that side. Oh, I wibbled it, typical. Take a little bit off there, and yeah. So it's just kind of eyeballing it. That now makes it a good size. So what did I end up with? I ended up with 2 by 1.5, so 4 centimetres by 5 centimetres. So my panel I'm going to come in with now is going to be 1/4 of an inch bigger, 1/2 centimetre bigger. So and that will give me a nice border around it. There we go. So even if you don't have the same stamp sets that I've got, you can still get an idea of how to do it right. I was going to say I'm going to put some stamping on here, but we don't have there's no fruity stamps on this one. Oh. Lemon zest it is. I couldn't believe that. Oh, this is what happens sometimes. Right, and I'm going to go lemony with some So Saffron. But then I'm going to give you another little tip and trick, because on these scraps left over here, we can use our punches, our 3/4 inch circle punch will fit round them. Look at that, hey? How cool is that? I wonder if I can get that little wedge there. Oh! Landed it on my lap. Now, as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, there is just a little hint of an extra bit there, but we're going to cover that up by layering them like that. So, glue dot there. Oh, I've done it the wrong way around. Oh, thank goodness that glue dot didn't stick. And then onto the back of there. And then I just need some dimensionals that have all fallen out of their box. Double check I've got the front. You're the sweetest. How cool is that? Love it! So sweet. Fruity. You could put a whole load of fruit boiled sweets in there. Oh, that would be lovely. I'd like that. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.